What's up guys, Ruppy here, welcoming you to week 10 of the International Battling League. We are 2 weeks away from the end of the season, and my Columbus Swoo are already a lock for playoffs, as I kind of brought up last week. Of course, there's still the matter of fully locking in which seed we are, because not only are we still fighting with Howler over the number 1 seed, we also have the potential for Sven to overtake us for the 2nd seed and forcing us to be 3rd seed, depending on how things play out over the next 2 weeks. Plain and simple, if I win this game, I get the number 1 or number 2 seed no matter what, pending what goes on with Howler. If I lose, then I would need Sven to lose to fully lock in the number 1 or number 2 spot as well. More likely the number 2 spot, unless Howler loses this week and next week. Enough hypothetical scenarios, though. This week, we have a bit of an interesting game as we take on the Montreal Milotics, coached by MattOshea. He is someone who has been in the APA Academy as well, or APA Academy, that general area. He's got a pretty good following on YouTube, and he is a good battler. Naturally, we have our work cut out for us this week. Now, as I said, outside of potentially trying to lock in a guaranteed number 1 or number 2 seed, I don't necessarily need this win. I believe he does need the win to be able to 100% secure a playoff spot. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's the mindset I'm kind of operating under right now. But since I'm almost positive he's going to make playoffs, and there is a possibility in that scenario, since we're in opposite conferences, that we could meet in the finals, I'm kind of pulling back a bit here. I'm going to approach this game to try to give him a challenge, but I'm not going completely full throttle, because obviously if I show him what I plan on doing against him if we meet and then we meet in finals, then that could be a problem. So we're going to leave our locker room behind and head on over to the quote-unquote chalkboard. His roster will be appearing off to the right. He has G-Max Gengar. This is where it went after D-Ray dropped it. Galarian Weezing, Noivern, Excadrill, Vaporeon, Greedent, Bolton, Raboot, Girder, Orbeetle, and Tyranitar. One thing I want to note, since the unreleased hidden abilities are legal, even though this is actually being done after they were made legal, Libero Raboot is in fact a possibility. Greedent could be a pain if it sets up a Belly Drum. Obviously, Excadrill and T-Tar, the Sand Duo, is always a pain. G-Max Gengar could actually be a problem. But, as I said, I'm not going full throttle this game. I basically had some help from my front office to throw together a bit of heat to try to keep this competitive, but also not fully reveal anything just yet. So, let's go over my team. I know I'm going a bit quick today, but I've already kept him waiting enough as it is. It has been a messy past couple of days for me, if I can be honest. Anyway, let's get into my team and see the quote-unquote heat that I am bringing this week, thanks to my front office. Most of these mons were, as per usual, the contribution of my good pal Gage. There are 2 mons here that were the contribution of Sven, even though he's kind of in direct competition with me at this point for playoff rankings, as well as Panda. So, huge thanks to you guys for all your help, as always. First mon on the docket here is Cryogenic the Kyurem. How many times have you seen this possibility on a mon that's not Kyurem? I mean, I know I've run it once with Galvantula. I've had it used against me a few weeks back. Throat Spray with Hyper Voice, so Kyurem gets the +1. Freeze Dry, Focus Blast, and Flash Cannon cover most of his team. Otherwise, basic EVs, Kyurem just getting the free boost and then proceeding to do Kyurem things. Plain and simple there. I thought it'd be a bit interesting to try. There was the possibility of another set that was suggested, but I decided to hold off on that because, again, it felt like tech I could potentially consider for a potential future finals match when we get to that point, if he and I do meet there. Next up is good old Curse Design, the Runerigus. Have the Queso Berry so I can eat ghost hits to be able to potentially catch Gengar off guard. Trick Room to turn the speed table. Stealth Rock to set hazards. Body Press and Shadow Claw pretty much do everything I could really need them to. I know it seems odd I'm not running Earthquake considering he has a Bolton and a Raboot. But this investment plus Stealth or Body Press will be doing all I think I really need to cover everything as it is. Moving on, we have Laundry Day, the Rotom Wash, back again as usual. Running Leftovers, Sub-Nasty Plot set I'm trying out this week, with Hydro Pump and Volt Switch as the obvious stab. Volt Switch allows me to be able to pivot around things. Hydro Pump is obviously just going to blow things up. I have Max Special Attack, I've got some bulk to be able to take hits. The 92 speed, I believe, with Timid Nature, I believe I benchmarked for Vaporeon, just to be on the safe side. Because if I'm faced with a Vaporeon, I highly doubt he would run an offensive set, but you never know, maybe he could be going semi-heat as well, if he's certain he's pretty much got playoffs locked down, so he's not tipping his hand to me. But this allows me to guarantee outspeed Vaporeon in all scenarios, unless for whatever reason he's running a Scarf Vaporeon, and be able to either Volt Switch out or potentially get a sub up to avoid potential Toxics. Moving down the list, we have Aram the Serena, the good old Assault Vest set, with some physical bulk to kind of balance things out. The 172 speed is benchmarking specifically for Tyranitar, because I do not want a Jolly T-Tar to be threatening me, especially if he runs Band. So that would allow me to be able to have Serena tend to that accordingly if necessary. Scarf set I don't think is as big of a threat. A Bandit set would definitely do a lot of damage, so I want to make sure Serena benchmarks for that to deal with it accordingly. U-turn, Play Rough, High Jump Kick, and Knockoff pretty much cover everything. I know it seems weird that I'm not running any sort of stab move this week, but honestly, outside of maybe Vaporeon, which is probably not going to be staying in on Serena anyway, there's actually kind of little reason for me to run Power Whip or any sort of Grass Stab, because it's not really hitting anything too much outside of Vaporeon. This is a case where the coverage would actually be more necessary. Moving on, we have Cog Changer the Kling Clang. This was a set suggested by Sven, which I know is raising a few eyebrows if you're looking at one particular move. The 244 speed, actually, I didn't get his comments on this. The 244 speed, I believe, well, I'm pretty sure it would outspeed just about everything with shift gear up anyway. So I'm pretty sure it's just to make sure after a shift gear I'm outspeeding everything. Got some bulk, 92 attack, does decent damage, everything. Gear Grind and Wild Charge are kind of standard alongside shift gear, as Kling Klang tends to do. Rock Smash may seem odd, but Sten has some really interesting reasoning for this, and I will give this to him. Since Rock Smash has a 50% chance of getting a defense drop, with a shift gear up, I basically have the chance to 2-hit KO Excadrill easily with a Rock Smash. The Shuckle Berry allows me to pretty much guarantee take one Earthquake. Depending on what he runs, if he runs Adamant Sand Rush with Excadrill, then I believe Cog Changer actually is able to outspeed after a shift gear. Jolly, I believe, still outspeeds, but I figure Kling Klang's might do a bit of work here. And last but not least, a mon that we haven't seen since week 1, good old Baby Bones the Vullaby. Foul Play basically hits all his physical attackers super hard. Iron Defense gives me a defense boost to be able to take on Excadrill a little better, because, well, if he's Sand Rush and setting up with Swords Dances, Iron Defense allows me to be able to boost right along with him, so his Rock Slides are not doing as much, and then I can just Foul Play and kill it. Roost and Defog are typical utility for healing and getting rid of hazards. Max Physical Defense, 192 HP for extra bulk, 64 Spadef to be able to take on some of his special attackers better. Vullaby can actually, to some degree, deal with G-Max Gengar. Obviously, I can't let it start boosting like crazy with Max Ooze, but that possibility is there. So, we're going to head back to the locker room now. That's going to wrap it up for this Team Builder video. I apologize that I felt like I kind of rushed it and didn't explain a whole lot. This is a lot of semi-heat, trying to keep Matt on his toes and make this challenging, but not going full on, I really want to beat you and this is how I'm going to do it kind of mindset, I guess. So, we'll see if it works out. I would not mind getting the win because it would lock down a number 1 or number 2 seed for me. I would actually not be bothered by a loss because I'm already in playoffs at this point, and I just want to kind of keep going. So, I will see you guys when it's battle time. Alright, we are ready to go. Hopefully my audio for the battle half of this is not going to be as much of a mess this week. I know last week it was kind of iffy when I got around to editing it. I'm using my pop filter, which I don't know why that would make a difference. I hadn't used it before and I hadn't run into that issue. I'm also recording with Audacity now instead of Adobe Audition, just to kind of play it safe, see if that affects anything. So we're going to go ahead and get into the battle here, and see how well this semi-heat, not full throttle prep works. Alright, let's see what we've got here. He has Drill, Noivern, Vaporeon, G-Max Gengar, Boltund, and Orbeetle. So no Sand for no T-Tar means Excadrill is probably actually Mole Breaker, which is actually kind of smart considering I have a Rotom Wash. He's probably a little baffled I didn't bring my G-Max, considering he actually did a video on it fairly recently. You guys are free to go check that out. It's actually a really good, informative video. Looking over his team, I can see him leading Drill if it's a Rock Setter, or Orbeetle to set webs. I could also see him leading Noivern. I'm going to lead Aram, actually, because I think Serena's in a good enough spot that I can see what he wants to do and react accordingly. Either just you turning out to do some scouting, or proceeding to just go ahead and start getting damage off on things. So good luck, have fun, Matt. I apologize if you're a little confused that there is no G-Max on my side, but as I said, I mean, I'm already alive for playoffs. This is a potential finals match. I want to challenge you, but I obviously don't want to tip my hand a bit. So he's gonna lead with the Noivern. So I am AV, and I think I just saw Frisk, so he would know I'm AV. If he's Specs, a Hurricane would actually still kill me. Would he be lead Specs Noivern, though? I'm a little iffy on that idea. I'm willing to stay in and go for a knockoff, though, and we'll see what happens. He would have to be Specs to knock... No, he goes Flamethrower. I'll say he would have to be Specs and go Hurricane. That did under half. That is not Specs. Heavy Duty Boots. Gotcha. Alrighty then. A Hurricane would definitely kill me from this range, though. I'm going to go into Laundry Day. Because I think Laundry Day should be able to take a hit from this thing. And respond accordingly. This thing is probably, Super Fang! Well, well! That is interesting and kinda bad. If he has Draco, he definitely kills Laundry Day. Well then. Do I dare go Card Changer? I'm gonna attempt to just Volt Switch out and see what happens. I'm trying not to think too much on this, but obviously he's got Shadow Ball. So I'm gonna Volt Switch out on Noivern here. This Noivern's actually causing me a few problems, and I'm not necessarily a fan of that. I'm assuming its last move is probably Defog, which means it would have nothing to hit Cryogenic with. Do I really want to take that gamble, though? Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Call me crazy. But I would think if he was Boots, he's either running full offensive or... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go back into Laundry Day just to see for sure how he wants to play this. See if I can bait the Draco. Or see if he's Dragon Pulse. He is Draco. So... It sucks that I kind of sacked Laundry Day like that. But... It's fine just because... I'm going to go back into Arum, because I am definitely safe from a Flamethrower at this point. From this range, I think another knockoff should actually kill it. I'm going to go for the safe knockoff. No need to miss a play rough miss. Or risk a play rough miss. I can totally English. If he switches out trying to preserve this thing, especially since his boots are gone, and I still have Runarigus to set rocks, yeah, he's going to withdraw. So whatever he brings in is losing its item. And that's going to be Bolton. I'll take that. Goodbye, Bolton's item. That did over half, and that's a Life Orb Bolton. Alrighty, so no more Life Orb for you. Let's see. If he's Strong Jaw, a Fire Fang definitely kills me, though. Do I dare? Screw it, I'm gonna go for the high jump kick. Actually, I probably didn't even need to make that risk. As he goes back into Noivern. So I just made a completely unnecessary risk with high jump kick. I do hit it and kill Noivern, though. So there is that. I will take that. I really shouldn't have high jump kicked there, because one, he could have gone to Gengar. Two, a Play Rough would have killed. A U-turn might have even killed from that range, potentially, depending on the roll. It is what it is. So Serena's still sitting here and sitting... Well, it's beaten down, but it's doing more... It's here, ready to do work still. If necessary. Maybe Orbeetle comes in? Maybe Gengar? Because I think with the health range I'm at, a Max Ooze would probably knock me out. He's going Orbeetle. So I'm half expecting this thing to be a potential web setter. I'm gonna go ahead and knock off, though, to get rid of whatever item it's got and do some nice damage to it. Does over half. Akaberry. Well, hello there. So this is what we're doing now. Akaberry for a potential fire move in case I brought Salazzle, I suppose. So now he's +2 defense. I'm going to go ahead and U-turn out. Maybe he's got Body Press? I would assume Body Press if he's got Iron Defense. Potentially. I'm going to go ahead and U-turn out. Get a bit more damage off in this thing. That still did quite a bit, even through a +2. Holy. Alright. And in that regard... what would Baby Bones do to this thing? As odd as I know that sounds. I think I'm safer going into Curse Design, honestly. So he's gonna recover. Which is fair enough. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up my rocks, because why not? I kind of want to see what this, Calm Mind Iron Defense. Hang on a sec. Do you get stored power? Yes. Yes, you do. So... that is interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and Shadow Claw anyway, though. Get some decent damage off on this thing. And then I'm gonna switch over to Baby Bones. Because Foul Play's not doing a whole lot, but if he is stored power, that means he can't touch me. So this will be interesting, seeing how this plays out. I wouldn't expect him to be stored power, just because there was the risk of Volibee, unless he was really not expecting me to bring Baby Bones, which is a fair assumption, because I haven't brought this thing since week 1. So I'm going to go ahead and get an Iron Defense up, just to be on the safe side, see what he wants to do. Is he going to Calm Mind again? Hang on a second. A thought just crossed my mind, and I don't know how much I feel about it. That's what I was thinking. If I were a gambling man, Gengar's coming in right now. Which is all sorts of bad news. No, that is Vaporeon. Interesting. Now, Foul Play still takes a chunk out of it, at least. What could you reasonably want to do to me? I'm going to go into Aram. See how he wants to play this. This is a rather interesting turn of events, I'm not going to lie. Yes, he's just going to go for a Scald. Which did quite a bit through my AVs. I think he is more offensively invested. And he got the burn as well. Which, it is what it is. I unfortunately do not have a grass move. I am going to at least knock off to get rid of this thing's leftovers. But Serena's probably going down here. In that regard, how do I play this from here, actually? Oh. Okay. So that's what we're doing, then. I'm just gonna click knockoff again, because I should outspeed... Well, no, I know I outspeed you. I can at least get rid of this thing's leftovers, if nothing else. And he's gonna wish. Interesting. What is my best move against this thing? Yeah, I'm just gonna click Play Rough. I don't have a Grass-type move. I think he's seen my full set at this point, maybe. I'm gonna go down to the burn. This thing's gonna be back at full. Which sucks, but I think I have a way around this. Potentially. Depending on how well what I'm about to pull works out. This is where I send in Cryogenic. The time pass... Well, that's good to know for if we meet again in finals. That's not something I'm going to let stand next time around. I'm going to click Hyper Voice to trigger my Throat Spray. Does not do a whole lot, but it does set that off. So I'm at +1 special attack now, which should make dealing with this thing a little easier. Okay, then. So much for that. This is the part where I get swept by a Vaporeon. That's fun. This is what I get for not taking this too seriously, I suppose. I didn't... This was a potential finals matchup. I'm already a lock for playoffs. I wasn't going to reveal anything too, too off the wall. That's a crit! False hope, what can I say? It's fun, isn't it? But, yeah, this Vaporeon is pretty much going to be the enemy. I'm just going to go into Curse Design. I'm going to go ahead and click Body Press. It's the best move I got to hit this thing with. GG, Matt. You certainly ran through me. I don't... It's kind of dumb that I could use it as an excuse. I really don't want to, but I did say right out of the gate that because this was a potential playoffs matchup, I was not going as seriously on this. The 5-0 loss is definitely going to put me in severe trouble of being overtaken for second place, but if I do stay locked for second place, it's not that big of a deal, just because whether at this point, as long as Sven and his Upsala Umbreon stay in third place, regardless of who finishes second and third between the two of us, we're playing each other no matter what. So that's something I will keep in mind. Regardless, GG, Matt. You earned the 5-0 win. You earned your playoff spot for sure. And I still get to go into next week, I guess, kind of memeing against Howler. Because at this point, Unless something significantly changes that I risk potentially being... Well, no, honestly, at this point, it really doesn't matter where I finish, because I think I know who I'm playing either way at this point. So, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I have been Ruppy, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.